I'm sure you guys have heard of the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial that's currently going on. It's one of the biggest news stories in the recent months. Looks like after the 6 weeks of deliberation during the trial, it's going to finally wrap up either today or tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure. I believe it's today. I'm taking a look at my analytics, and only like 2% of the people watching this video right now are actually subscribed to the channel. Consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind later. I'm going to have to make a video talking about a couple of updates that have been happening in the trial because a lot of important testimonies are coming through. So I think the most important thing to start off with was the supermodel Kate Moss testified this past Wednesday. And if you didn't know, Kate Moss and Johnny Depp used to be dating in the 90s for 4 years. And so this is one of Johnny Depp's past relationships. And she basically went on she went and testified after Amber Heard basically said that, Johnny Depp being quote-unquote abusive is, it's happened in the past in other relationships. And so here's, Kate Moss to testify against that, which is just, it's a bad look for Amber Heard. I mean, of course, unfortunately, Amber Heard has just been caught in so many lies during this trial, and here's just another one. I think it might be one of the biggest lies she's ever been caught in, honestly, because, saying that your partner, Johnny Depp, has a history of being abusive, and then, bringing someone that Johnny Depp has history with, and basically her saying the complete opposite of that is just it tears a big hole into Amber Heard's story. So supermodel Kate Moss testified Wednesday that her ex-boyfriend Johnny Depp never pushed her down a flight of stairs and suggested he was never violent with her, refuting a claim Amber Heard made on the stand. Yikes. Amber Heard lying on the stand. I mean, that was pretty common throughout the trial, unfortunately, even though, you're supposed to face some consequences for that, but, she'll probably just get away with it. Kate Moss, 48, wearing a black blazer over a blouse, addressed jurors in the Fairfax County Circuit Court in Virginia, a live video. The Pirates of the Caribbean star and Moss dated from 1994 to 1998, which for some people it might sound like a long time ago, but as far as I can tell, the relationship between Amber Heard and Johnny Depp was like, I can't really say, maybe like 2008 to like 2015, so it was only like a decade after. It wasn't like a huge, this 20-year time jump. It was like within a decade of this past relationship. So this Kate Moss person that Johnny Depp was dating was a pretty recent partner, I'd consider. Depp's lawyer, Ben Chu, asked Moss whether anything happened when the pair took a vacation to the Golden Eyes Resort in Jamaica, and she explained she had an accident. Which she basically said that there was a storm during the... it's an unfortunate thing to see. As far as I can tell, I'm not sure that Johnny Depp will actually win this trial. It's up to the jurors now, but I think they had to prove, undoubtedly that Amber Heard was the abuser and not Johnny Depp. And I don't think that Johnny Depp was the abuser in any case. However, being able to prove that with uncertainty to the jurors, maybe a 50-50, but this is a big thing. If anything's going to give him the edge, I think it would be a past relationship, basically, refuting the claims of Amber Heard. Basically, Amber Heard was saying that, Kate Moss also received, quote-unquote, abuse from Johnny Depp. And, literally, they're like, oh, okay, so she's going to say that, so we're just going to bring in Kate Moss. And, yeah, she stood and testified in favor of Johnny after Amber Heard said, she was abused by him. So Kate Moss testified saying, "We were leaving the room and Johnny left the room before I did. And there had been a rainstorm," Moss testified. "As I left the room, I slipped down the stairs and I hurt my back. And I screamed because I didn't know what happened to me and I was in pain. He came running back to help me and carried me to the room and got me medical attention." And that's what, partners should do. You're on vacation. And that seems like a completely appropriate thing to do. I mean, obviously, the falling down thing, I've heard that from, a lot of abuse cases. That's pretty much what they'll say, like, oh, they had an accident. But, I mean, she seemed pretty sincere when she said that. And, I mean, the reason makes a lot of sense. They're in Jamaica, a tropical zone, so a storm happening there, and, you slip on some water or whatever happened. But yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason where Kate Moss would lie for Johnny Depp. So for me personally, I think she's definitely telling the truth. Kate Moss is first witness for Johnny on Wednesday defamation trial. Johnny Depp's lawyer asked the British fashion icon if Depp ever pushed her in any way, and Kate Moss says, "He never pushed me, kicked me, or threw me down any stairs," replied Moss, who said it was her first time that she'd ever testified in a court proceeding. And so, yeah, it's not like, I mean, I think if she was, like, lying, and you could probably pretty much tell she was lying, because she's not an actor. She's, this fashion icon, so she's not an actor, which I think was a big criticism of this entire trial. Amber Heard and Johnny Depp are both actors, and, it's up to you to say, how good of an actor Amber Heard is. We all know Johnny Depp is a phenomenal actor. I mean, he can do any role, so it's hard to tell when these actors are on trial and they're being sincere, because they've known how to portray emotion, for their entire acting career. But here's Kate Moss, pretty much, she didn't rehearse this shit, she's not an actor, so this all sounds pretty sincere to me, and I believe her. But that puts a surprisingly big hole in Amber Heard's story, considering, that was one of her biggest pushes against Johnny Depp, was that he'd been abusive in other relationships, and here's, one of Johnny Depp's other relationships pretty much just saying, yeah, that's not true, Amber's lying again. And then the other big testimony that came out during the last Johnny Depp trial was that a hand surgeon testified that when there were injuries consistent with Johnny Depp's story, where Amber Heard threw a wine bottle at him and he lost his fingertip. This, and that's pretty serious. I mean, a lot of people obviously might see that as, oh, it's just a cut. You get, people get cut by a glass all the time, so it's not that big of a deal. But it is a pretty damn big deal. You'll heal from a cut. You know what I mean? You put some ointment on there, and you leave it alone, and it'll heal by itself. You don't heal from a fingertip, that's being taken off from fucking glass. That's not something you heal from easily. But yes, a hand surgeon pretty much testified and said, yes, these injuries are consistent with Johnny Depp's story. And so, during the last week or so on the trial, Amber Heard, had said that Johnny Depp was abusive in other relationships, and, they bring in Kate Moss, and she basically completely refutes that. And then another, so that's an L for Amber Heard. And then Johnny Depp's team brings in a hand surgeon that pretty much, says, what Johnny Depp was saying about him losing his fingertip in the way that Amber Heard, did it to him, but pretty much, even unintentionally, is consistent with what Johnny Depp is saying. And so, it's an L for Amber Heard, and it's a W for Johnny Depp. So the trial is going to finally wrap up today. I'm interested in what's going to happen. I mean, I'm not certain that Johnny Depp will win the trial, just because, like I said, you have to prove with uncertainty that Johnny Depp didn't do anything, and who knows if their lawyers did that good of a job. But I don't think Johnny Depp wanted to win this trial. I mean, I think the whole reason he did this was for his public image, and it worked out really well for him. I mean, look at all the hashtags that are trending. Justice for Johnny Depp, all these things that are trending. People are on Johnny Depp's, side, even if they... and you think, oh, maybe that's because people used to love him, but I don't think so. I think the public generally believes that, Johnny Depp was, the abused in this case, which is, it's nice to see, because a lot of people, there you see every once in a while on Twitter, there's the hashtag I stand with Amber Heard, and it's just all the, I don't understand these people. Maybe they're big Amber Heard fans, which, I mean, I'd be surprised by. The only role I know her for is the damn thing in Aquaman, and I haven't even seen it. It can't be that good. And then the people that were just, that were upset that, people are finally on a man's side, on the abuse side of, one of these domestic dispute trials. But I think, yes, this was probably the best thing that could happen for his public image. Everyone's on his side. And even if he doesn't win this, legal proceeding, he's going to have the public support back on him. And that could mean he could get other roles. I still don't think he's going to go back to something like Pirates of the Caribbean, because they immediately got rid of him. Whereas Amber Heard is, still in Aquaman too, which, Johnny Depp didn't get that luxury. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Do you think Johnny Depp will win this trial? And do you think he saved his public reputation? I definitely think he did. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.